Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 4th episode of my Real Japanese City Skylines series, and today we're once again expanding the city of Hokukai. Better said the village of Hokukai, but I don't know why I said city there. And yeah, in the last episode we had the vote for the name, and it was a vote that was one vote for every name. In this case, my vote rather decided because it was also counting one, and I decided for Hokukai as I think this is the best fitting one. But the other names will also have another chance for a name for a village, as we may be voting for the next village name as soon as we come to it. But for now we're just gonna stick here and finish it off for, I would say, another 4 or 5 episodes. In the episode of today we are building the sewage treatment and the storm drain facility, I would say, and it's kind of one it is kind of one that I'm very happy about, as I also have to kind of really remember what I did there, as this was already recorded back, I think 3 weeks by now. Wait, let me actually have a check for this. This is actually 1 month already old. This is older than 1 month already, as I'm not having that much time right now because I'm working, and I haven't been playing the game for I think 3 weeks now, 2 weeks. And the reason for this is that once I'm working on the week, I'm not able to do anything for my free time, as I'm working from 7 o'clock until I'm coming home at 21 o'clock. So under these conditions, I'm sadly not able to play anything under the week, but I'm trying to keep up at least 2 videos a week. 2 weeks, 1 video, sorry, this was the wrong word, yes. I'm trying to do 1 video every 2 weeks, as this is kind of like okay, I guess, because I'm trying to keep up the quality at least somewhat. And yeah, this was my kind of like idea of thinking about this. This video should go also up on Sunday, hopefully, or not, it will go on Sunday evening, but I'm not sure how I will be editing this, as out of the reason that I was right now watching the sprint race for Formula 1, and I kind of want to go to France and talk about this, so it might come out Sunday evening and not morning, sorry about this, but I'm doing this as I have time for this, because I don't want to have kind of like this fixed upload schedule, because then I won't have fun doing YouTube videos. Also, we will be changing the graphics quite radically. They will be changed from I think 2 or 3 episodes from now on. They will get way more lush, because the bright ones, I don't think that they're fitting too well, and also the compression of YouTube is making some weird stuff with it, so I will be switching this off. And also the speed of the videos will be changed a bit, because I'm experimenting with the decoding. We will see how this will be going, and also with the speed of it, but yeah, you will see what I mean with this once it is done. We will be talking about this afterwards a bit more when we have finished it. Also, I have to say thank you to every single one of you. We are right now at 811 subs. Yes, 811 subs, and thank you very much for this. It is a number that I didn't thought I would kind of like achieve in that amount of time, because I'm not that much uploading in recent time, but yeah, thank you very much. It means a lot to me. Every single one of you is helping me with this. Thank you so much. I'm also considering that with my new series, I'm also gonna do some props and stuff like this, and I'm considering to do a Patreon. Why I'm considering to do this, as it has a main reason, just simply because I would like to get. If you are kind of like willing to give some money for me for my work, I'm very grateful about this, but there won't be, at least from thinking of now, there won't be any kind of like extra content you get for this. This is just a little thing if you want to support me, and it shouldn't be a need for you to give me money for watching my videos, because I still want them to be free. There also won't be any advertisement, as I'm not a fan of this system. So it might be just only for the people that would like to support me, that would have the possibility to give me there €1 or 2 for my work per month, but this is completely up to you. I will only be saying this once more, I think once I've established it, but it won't be kind of like an immediate thing that I want to do now repeatedly in every single video. But yes, back to what I'm doing there. I'm adding in the puddles for the storm drain thing, and we are soon gonna add in some grass, some dirt, and some stuff like this. And this gave me some problems. And the problems which I had were simply that the decals were glitching out, and I fixed it with some grass above it, as the grass is kind of like a good filler in here. Might not be the best idea to do, but it worked out for me. And it's also looking kind of realistic, as this one would be kind of overgrown, as it isn't always having water, and once it doesn't have water, very sorry about this, it might be, wait, how to say this the best way, and once it has water, it won't be that high, it would be kind of like the swamplands, I would imagine. Here I've tried it with some other decals on the bottom, but it wasn't working out like I wanted to. It will be changed off to concrete in a second again, but I was just working out a bit and taking a look at how it looks. Also here I've seen with the textures that the grass texture is looking different. We might be switching to this as the other one is looking rather weird, but these are all things for the future. I haven't changed them already for the next episodes, as a little spoiler, I've already recorded the next 3 episodes. Because I'm now only, when I have not that much time, I'm mostly doing the recordings in a pack, so I'm basically recording 3 or 4 episodes on one kind of like recording session, and there will also be some changes for the speed of the videos later on, as already said, as already mentioned, and we will talk about this once they are here, but there will be some changes coming, mostly because of time reasons. So here you can see that where everywhere you can now see the concrete I'm adding in grass. Out of this would be the areas where it wouldn't be too wet for the grass to grow, and yeah, these were my basic thoughts about it. And yeah, this is what we are mostly doing today. And what we are doing here now is kind of like this pipe works, and these pipe works are having mostly the purpose of getting the stormwater in and also pumping it out. These on the top there would be the pumping things, and these are now the pipelines that would kind of like bring the water to it. And first of all, I wanted to get them over the streets, but the pillars aren't high enough, so for this one I have to kind of like rework my idea, I would say, but in the end it still looked quite fine, I would say. This was a lot of I would say, I'm very sorry about this, but yeah. Here also I'm working on some platforms for it to standing on when you service them, but it's nothing too fancy. I just had a lot of fun building this, I have to say, and also have to admit, it is not perfect in any way, but I'm happy about it. It's definitely not my best work for this, but it is working quite well for me, and also for the realism part, I'm very happy about it. And also it is an overall great detail with only I think 4 or 5 props, so not too much, and it's still looking like a lot of detail. Also, the preparation for my next episode are quite goodly moving ahead, and quite well moving ahead, sorry. And the reason for this is that I'm already doing the assets for it, and the assets that I'm working on are mostly futuristic stuff, and I'm not sure they might be released to the workshop. I'm still not sure about this. I also considered the idea of just putting them on Patreon, but I feel like this wouldn't be right, so they might get on the workshop, or they won't be even public in any way. And the only kind of like thing that a Patreon would get is maybe pre-access to the videos, but not more. And this would still be a thing that I would have to be considering to do. And yes, what I'm doing here is just deleting the vanilla trees. I don't know why such a great building has vanilla trees on them. Probably because the building's quite old, I think. I think it is one for Navanya, I'm not sure though. And it still has a lot of vanilla props on it. I just got rid of all of them. And yeah. And yeah, for the rest of the video we're now just detailing this place up and adding in some fields and stuff like this, just to get in kind of like the filler in here, because you kind of need to connect it to this somewhat. And yeah, we are now just making a prop switch and just testing around to get rid of everything here, and then we're just adding in some parked cars and stuff like this, just to give it a more lively look, I would say. This is right, yeah, this is kind of right. And yes, this is what I'm doing here is just hiding the weird glitching things. They are occurring because they are too close to each other, but I wanted them to have been that close because I would kind of like thinking that there would maybe be an service gantry between them, but not more. There wouldn't be anything kind of like big spaces or anything close to this, because this is still a very industrial place. Now I'm just fencing it in with the runny fences. I just kind of like simply love them. They are not... How should I say this? They are not symmetrical. They are rather kind of like random, and they're a bit more abandoned looking, destroyed looking, and this is also what I was going for here, and yeah, this is what I was going for here basically. And also I'm just fencing it in for the reason of that you don't want to have drunk people or people that are just exploring falling into these basins, as this would be pretty unhealthy for them, also pretty ugly. But yeah, this is the main purpose of it. Also here I'm adding in some like plants on the bottom of it, as I would kind of like think that there would also be some plants in here, just kind of like to make it show that it is not that frequently used. Also here I've considered to make the solar power plant somewhere here, but we will be doing it on a different place. It will be on the other side of our city. But yeah, this was just basically testing around with it. Here I'm now making the side street. This is a public street. This will be serving the connection to the outside world, and this will also be the connection for some fields that are around it, as you may know we have a lot of rice fields already, and we will get even more, and they will be even more spread out and potted out into the outside world, I would say. So yes, we are now just detailing the outside, and this is always the same procedure, so for this one I will be leaving you now. And if you found this channel kind of like new through this video, I would love to if you would consider subscribing to me. We are coming very close to the 1000 subs, and this is simply incredible for me. So if you want to support me on my journey, it is completely free, and in this way you can stay up to date with all of my videos that I'm uploading and all of the content that I'm doing. If you're doing this, thank you very much. You're helping me there in so many ways. And yes, thank you to all of my great subs, and also a very big thank you for all the people that are commenting under my video and liking my videos. You guys are supporting me heavily. I really appreciate it. So yes, thank you to all of you. And yeah, if you're new, please consider subscribing, and if you want me to build something specific, hit me up in the comments down below, and then we can have a little chat about it, and then you have a pretty high chance that I will be building it one day. And yeah, thank you all for watching this video, and hopefully see another episode of mine. And yes, bye, have a great day.